All right, here at the Wheeler home, just wanted to walk through real quick what we're looking at. So we'd be looking at all the siding and the trim around the house. The brick on the front porch only, it's already painted, so we would be repainting that. Talking about a navy on the siding, extra white or a bright white on the trim. Door and side lights would be a red tone, and then the brick would be kind of a lighter gray color. So on this home, it is a 100-year-old home, so you're going to have quite a bit of peeling prep work that needs to be done. You'll see that as we kind of walk around here. You've got a lot of paint that needs to be scraped and primed. There is probably lead-based paint on here, so we'll have to remediate that as best as possible. These storms here, we will take these two storms off and paint the main window and the two side windows. But for a majority of the rest of the house here, we're only going to be painting the storms, and I'll kind of highlight that if they need to be painted. We would not be painting the interior window just because that gets very challenging to take off without cracking or bending the actual storm window itself. One note on the front porch, we would not be doing the ceiling, leaving the ceiling alone, just the lighter, the white trim around the top. So then you've got this side, again, a lot of peeling that needs to be scraped and primed, especially on that soffit. There's multiple soffit pieces here that need to be tacked back up into place. I'll see if I can get a good visual of one. So this one right here needs to be tacked back into place. This one right here, you can't really see it, but this one right here needs to be tacked back into place here. And then there's a couple more here that need to be nailed back in, but they don't need to be replaced. I didn't see anything on this side that needed replaced, just a lot of prep, scraping, priming, caulking, everything. Again, this is the window trim that we'll be painting. We won't do the inner windows because they're protected by the storms. So we'd just be doing the frames around them. And we wouldn't actually paint the storms themselves since they're maintenance-free vinyl or aluminum, depending on what storms they are. So we'll leave those alone as well. One wood repair area on the front here would be this quarter round piece. So you can see it's soft. So just patching that into about right here to match. And then we'll caulk that and paint that. And then you've got the same thing on this left-hand side here. And you can see where we'll stop with the brick painting. We'll just paint it up to this corner, and then everything else will remain the same. And then same thing down here, you've got missing piece of quarter round. So just replacing that quarter round piece right there. So left side of the home, same thing. You've got some soffit panels that need to be tacked back up. You can see one pretty easily right here that needs to be reattached. And then same thing, you've got windows here where we're just doing the trim around the window and the storm if it needs painted, but all of these appear to be vinyl or aluminum storms. This is the only window that we would actually paint because it doesn't have a storm on it. Then on the back side you can see quite a bit of peeling that needs to be scraped and primed. You've got this door, the inner door itself, we leave this outer door alone. No wood repair. There are some new areas that have been added on. So this obviously doesn't need a whole lot of prep. It's ready to paint. Just need a power wash. And then on the back side, you've got more trim and siding. You've got the window trim itself that needs to be scraped and primed really well. You've got a couple areas. So you've got a couple boards like that board right there. And then you've got a couple various boards right here that need to be taken out and replaced. And then you've got a couple more boards down here that need to be replaced as well. We talked about the doors, just trying to epoxy or Bondo the bottoms. You can see they're kind of in rough shape, but just doing it whatever we can to kind of salvage them because they are unique doors and they would like to keep those as long as possible. Scraping on the back side, you can see that you've got this window sash right here that potentially could have some rot. I'll put a price there for you. Don't know if it's bad or not because you've got this gutter leaking right down onto it. So it could just be algae that's kind of built up on there. And then I'll step back here. There's only one other area that concerns me as far as wood repair goes. and it's this right up here, this fascia board. You can kind of see towards the roof line, there's a crack in it, and I don't know if that means there's some dry rot or it's just a crack. So we'll check that out. I'll put a price if we do have to replace that, what that would cost. So that's pretty much it here at the Wheeler home. Please let me know if you have any questions, but I'll get this quote worked up and over to you here later today. Thank you.